Those are
Mm-hmm.
the hardest hit parishes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the the tropical storm watch is still in
Uh-huh.
effect. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the one is still in effect. And
Okay.
yeah, as I said, flash flood warning remains in effect for low-lying and flood-prone areas of
Mm-hmm.
Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester,
Mm-hmm.
Clarendon, St. Catherine,
Yeah.
Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Thomas, Portland, and St. Mary.
Okay. Very
So
good.
yeah, based on what we are seeing on social media, as I was saying earlier, a lot of roads have been damaged.
Mm-hmm.
There's we've seen videos of landslides.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the geographical locations because, mind you, these are just regular folks,
Okay.
posting stuff online. It's not like these reports are from journalists or anything like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just people in various communities. Like I saw a video where in a section of Waterhouse,
Yes.
um, a, yeah, a group of guys were on the road
Mm-hmm.
and they're chatting, and while the rain was falling, they're watching the water because there's a section that's flooded, and then the road itself
Mm-hmm.
just open up.
Mm-hmm.
I sent that video to you earlier. You saw it.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
there's a big hole in the road. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I've seen several videos like that online.
Okay.
So a lot of damage, yeah, to the roads. Well, typically as we anytime we experience rainy weather, the roads in Jamaica fall apart.
Very
I
okay.
guess Jamaican roads weren't built for rain.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so who knows? But I
Okay.
can tell you what, by Monday, we will hear the billions of dollars that are required to fix these roads.
Okay. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's always some
So,
money involved somewhere, huh?
yes, yes, yes. Roads are very, very important, and it seems like it's a very lucrative of business. Road repairs, that is. Okay, so Never Garrick, um, who was Bob Marley's um, art director,
Yes.
has
Uh-huh.
passed on. He died on Tuesday in Atlanta. Yes.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. So Never Garrick was a Jamaican graphic artist and photographer.
Yes, I know.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
he was yes, so he was most recognized for his award-winning work as
Mm-hmm.
art director for reggae legend Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Garrick passed away peacefully surrounded by family on Tuesday night in California after
Okay.
a brief but brave fight with cancer. His family
Mm.
announced in a release. He was 73. So you
Okay.
know that Garrick in the 70s he was the art director at the Daily News
Okay.
newspaper in the
Mm-hmm.
in the 70s, yeah, in the early 70s, that is. And as I said before, he's best designing several Marley as well as the backdrops for reggae
Mm-hmm.
throughout the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
He has also worked with other artists in Pulse. Yes, so there you have it. As I noticed that some of the great, in Jamaican music, some of
Yes.
them go early, some of them have been around for a while. We lost
Mm-hmm.
Ibo Cooper from Third World. Now we see an iconic graphic artist and photographer. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
work with Marty.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, so
So Rob,
I'm going to share the news. Sorry, go ahead.
during the week, you're gonna give us a little updates right here on the storm and so forth like that. I have some footage, but the footage is just not television ready, so to speak. I mean, I could show it, but the verbiage is not has to be taken care. I have to,
Yeah, but
and it seems like that there was quite a that was a big storm. That was. I mean, Ross, you're just so cool and all of this, but when I see the footage, it looked like Jamaica had a major storm.
yes, it is a major storm. It's not a hurricane; it's a tropical storm. So there's not a lot of wind damage
Mm-hmm.
as would be the case if it was a hurricane. Because when we have a
Okay.
hurricane, you
Yeah.
have wind damage, um, down
Mm-hmm.
and roof. being torn off and stuff like that. But with this, it's mainly rain. At least
Okay.
in St. Elizabeth, where I am inside, we get a lot of rain. I think we started getting rain from Wednesday night, going straight back to this morning. Yeah, so it was like, very heavy downpours. Yes.
Okay. So
I'm going to share a little bit of news with you.
Okay. All right. Go on. This is a report from Jamaica. We get a weekly report from Ralston telling us what's going on down there in the island. Okay. Go ahead, Ralston.
Yes. The Reggae Boys, earlier today, they were beaten by Canada in the CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinals match at the National Stadium. Yeah, they lost the match by they lost 2-1. Yeah,
Okay.
Canada scored 2 and the Reggae Boys scored 1. So it was 2-1.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes. The Canadians scored first, of course. The first goal was scored by Jonathan David. He scored just a minute into the first half stoppage time, and then Jamaica equalized 8 minutes with a goal from Nicholson. There was determined to win, obviously. They clinched the match when Eustachio, that's Stephen Eustachio, scored the second goal in the 85th minute. So they're scheduled to meet again next Tuesday in Canada at the BMO Field in Toronto. And this will be the second leg of the quarterfinal. So we're hoping, of course, that the Reggae Boys would win this one. Yeah, we would love to see them go through to the finals. Quarterfinals, no, we would love to see them go through to the semis and then to the finals and then hopefully win the cup. They haven't been doing so well lately, so let's see if they can finish off. Yes. Okay. So, Pastor Rob, we're heading into December, right? And in Jamaica, they said December is the silly season. Events, and more events. Yes. Okay. So there are quite a number of events coming up, including the big one, Sting. It will take place on Boxing Day.
Okay, really?
And I hear that Isaiah. Yes. I hear that Isaiah Lang says he's bringing back the 10 Giants of Sting.
Okay.
That's a concept.
Okay, all right.
Yes. So far, only one name has been announced.
Who is that?
I think that's Turbulence. I don't hear any of the other 10 Giants yet. But I'm sure it's gonna be an exciting lineup. So Sting is back in Portmore at Jamrock this year. Yes. So a lot of people are looking forward to that. Some of the other events that are coming up include an event called Fight the Fight. This one is going to take place in Chapelton in Clarendon and will feature Turbulence. Again, Turbulence seems to be very busy. Sizzla is also on the lineup. Little Hero, Progress, Jeff Fuller Auto, Jalama. And this one is called Fight the Fight. It is Jalama's EP launch, and it's going to take place in Chapelton at the Staffton Black Factory. You should see the lineup. There's a whole long list of artists. This one is December 15th. Before I tell you about the other event for scheduled for December.
Okay,
Capleton is going to Negril for
the Russell, kind of hold out for a second, and we're going to come back to that because we have a couple of guests that are waiting to come on. So when we get the guests on, then I'll come back and we'll finish the Jamaica lineup. Okay? Yeah, because we have some little technical problems here today, so we're a little bit behind in time. So, but towards the end, I'm gonna have you come back and finish that. Okay? Because I know you're kind of
no problem.
I know you're kind of excited about those stuff down in Jamaica. Okay? All right. Okay.
Man.
That's Ralston and Ralston's Corner, and he's gonna come to us every week or every other week or so, and tell us about things that are happening in Jamaica, because we here want to know what's happening there, right? Right, Nadine?
Definitely, we want to hear. I mean, we want to be on the cutting edge to hear what's happening, like the storm, like he said,
Mhm.
and just know what's happening to our folks back home, and know the entertainment, what's happening there as well.
Okay, very good, very good. And we have our guests waiting here. We have two guests on the program this evening. We have Mr. Cameron Quotes, and we're going to have him come up here in a couple of minutes. He's been waiting diligently. And of course, we had some technical difficulties early today, but it seems like we are back up fully flowing. I'm just going to touch a little bit of the mighty diamonds here, and then I'll be back with Mr. Cameron Coates. Nadine, let's rock out just a little bit, right?
Ain't no place that you can go where the badness do not flow. You have to run like bees of a leaves. You have to jump like the rest of the world. You have to rock when you pass down north. Down south, you have to run up your mouth. Heads of government, my friend.
Yes, indeed. On a Saturday afternoon in the Atlanta area, going all the way out to the diaspora, all the way back to Jamaica. This is a Jamaican Explosion. Mr. Quotes, how are you doing, sir? Thanks for your patience this evening.
Yeah, no problem. Doing great, my friend.
Okay, great, 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 great. Mr. Cameron, you're doing great things. Great things. Our spotlight is on those Jamaicans that are here in the Atlanta area as well as out in the diaspora that folks might not have heard of or known of. And man, you're a giant. Cameron, you are assistant dean of operation and a professor of aerospace. Is that Southern Polytech College or of engineering? Do we have it right?
You have it correct. I
Yes.
might call it a little bit extended. It's Southern Polytechnic College of Engineering and Engineering Technology, and that's a college within Kennesaw State University.
Wow. Wow.
Right.
Yes. Kennesaw. Yes. 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 So how did you get there all the way up in Kennesaw? Uh,
Well, that Kennesaw still enough. I'm not just
Is
Kennesaw.
that the one in Marietta?
Yes,
Is that
yes,
the
yeah,
one in
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Marietta?
yeah,
Right.
you're the one in Marietta. Yes.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, that took that kind of far, that kind of far. But I prefer being as close as possible to the Cab County, my
Yeah.
old stomping grounds. Mm.
Oh, tell us about your journey in this aerospace kind of thing. Rarely do I see a Jamaica trying to go to space.
Right, right, right. Well, you'd be surprised now. I mean, there are quite a few of us around.
Yeah.
I will say that I've met a few and I've heard of some
Hmm.
others.
Hmm.
So they're just, as you indicated,
Hmm.
you know, academia is not quite as heralded as sports. For example, track and field and so on. So
Yeah.
you don't really hear the names, but there are quite a few of us.
Yes.
So I don't know. My journey was from way back when I was probably about 13 years old.
Yes.
I grew up in some city, Spanish Town.
All right. All right.
Come on,
Okay.
back in those days, but the kids probably do it now. But back in those days, you make your own toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to make. I don't know if anybody still do this. You can make a little airplane out of a bleach bottle. You can
Mm-hmm.
put some cardboard wings in it and put it on a string, and you put a little propeller on the front, and you
Mm-hmm.
spin it around.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're like 7, 8 years old, you can play with that all day long. You could,
Mm-hmm.
right? So from that time, I was kind of fascinated with gadgets,
Yeah.
and then one day I heard my mother say that she was bragging. Mom is like to brag. She said, "Oh, my son is going to be an aerospace engineer." And me never know what name so, me never know what goes up. so, so I looked it up in the encyclopedia though. Everybody remember encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Eh,
big.
eh. Yeah, man. I looked it up and I read up about it and I said, well, all right. this looks very interesting and cool. So this is what I'm going to try and do.
Okay.
So it's a very what you call it? It's a very tortuous journey, though. It was not a
Mm,
straight road, right?
mhm, mhm,
And I wasn't sure I would actually end up in the field many times,
mhm.
but through quite a bit of persistence, I guess I would say.
Yes.
But I went to Wilmers and
Uh-oh.
and I played some football there too, so I was really disappointed. Jamaica made a little bug side. Canada beat them this morning.
Rasta, do you hear that?
So,
Rasta. We have a
Yes,
Woolman's
I'm hearing.
Rasta.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a
I
Woolman's.
think I'm in agreement because Canada shouldn't be beating us.
especially not in Jamaica. Worse, we're in Jamaica at the office.
All right. Okay. Yes.
But
But
when
Woolman's. What year? What year?
I left in 1987. Yes,
Okay.
87. Left 87.
Okay. That's a little bit after my brother
All
Richard
right.
Shaw. Richard Shaw, but he was back in the 70s and so forth. That.
All right.
Woolman's guys swear they own the world, man.
Well,
Seriously.
you don't know it though. You don't know. You have to have an attitude like you have to have the Muhammad Ali attitude, right?
Take on the
Right,
world.
right.
Yes. So where did you go to school in Jamaica? Yeah,
So
you were the Woolman's, but did you go on to university there before you came here?
not at all. Well, I
Mhm,
would have liked to, but I didn't have the funds, and
mhm,
I couldn't get to Trinidad because the engineering was in Trinidad. So
mhm,
that was a steep journey if I was to try to make that. So I actually got
mhm,
I got a scholarship in 1989 to
mhm.
a military college here in the USA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scholarship?
Yes, yeah. So I was very fortunate. I was in the paper back then too.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
Okay.
but
Academic scholarship.
it's academic / leadership.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
because military institution they want they're trying to groom you to be a leader. So
Yeah.
them claim.
Okay.
So
Well, they succeeded.
right.
Nadine, it's just like the KC guys, and they say, look, you don't see him in them colors. You don't see the Woolman's colors.
Yes.
When we have the KC guys are on,
But, right,
we like the colors, Yeah, but
right.
a credible high school Woolman's, so it's good to see that you're representing at Polytech.
Right, right.
Yeah, and how has that journey been when you came to the United States, and how was that journey?
I mean, a lot of us have gone through it, right? Especially when you come here on a student visa.
Mm,
Come here, you don't know your head from your rear end, right? In terms of the US culture. So yes, like everybody else, culture shock, and then I was at a military institution too. So
wow.
the people that shout in my ears, I'm gonna know what am I say? Peer, the military stay, right? So so that was difficult, but once you leave Jamaica to say that you get big scholarship, you can't go back with your tail between your legs. You have to just grin and bear it and just
Push
do what you
through.
need
You
to
got to
do.
push
Right.
through.
So it was difficult initially, like I think every other international student, if they come as a student or if you just come as a younger person, like you're 18, 19 or whatever, it's always a transition.
Yes.
One thing a lot of the young people now don't know that a lot of us came before them and we're here.
That's
We're here and we've been through what they've been through. So, they just need to reach out.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Mr. Coates. While you was going through the military thing, were you flashing the dread?
No, this was I would show you a picture. This was just about 13 years back now. I just did the dreads. But now I was a bald most of my life.
Okay, all right.
Most of my life. And I'll probably be, the hair kind of getting back here now, so I might end up being a bald again soon.
That's all right. There's nothing wrong with being a ballad, you know.
Nothing wrong with it. Right.
I'm representing ballad big time.
Okay. Yeah, right.
So when did you transition to Georgia? Which state did you start
Okay.
your studies in, and then how you transitioned to
All
Georgia?
right. So that was, I was at the U.S. Naval Academy, which is in Annapolis, Maryland. So I was in Maryland for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and the cold did bite me. Well, you have to deal with it.
Okay.
And then I came down here in the 90s, in
Mhm.
the Atlanta area in the 90s.
Mhm.
And I was following a particular young lady back then.
Oh boy, must be a lady involved.
Yes,
Mhm.
always. So, and we have 3 children now. So we're
That's great. That's
good.
great.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Mhm.
So in the 90s, Nadine, and was working for a bit. Actually played a lot of football with Wesley's group there. You know Wesley, right?
Yes, man. Of course.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And was trying to get back to school, and
Mhm.
eventually got another fellowship to go back to school.
Mhm.
So one thing people don't understand, well, especially once you have a U.S. citizenship, which I did not have at the time. So that's another story. I got kind of lucky back then. But
Mhm.
if you're a U.S. citizen, most of your schooling you can do it for free. If you're working hard and you're doing your research, you're looking around.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's there for the U.S. citizens, especially if you're of color. It's right there. And I took advantage of that, and I was able to go to grad school and take care of business.
Very good.
And that was at Georgia Tech, right up the road here.
Okay, very good. So you're in the Georgia area most of the time, in the downtown area.
That's where his heart was.
Downtown
Right.
area, down in the downtown area. Yes.
Yes.
So, Cameron, if there is a young person in Jamaica that is thinking about aerospace, what would you say to that person this evening?
Right. First of all, there's one thing I also did. I'm going to come to your
Yes,
question.
no,
But
no
one thing I did, I didn't know I was doing it, but I did it. So there's this. When I was about 13, same way,
Mhm.
I found a picture, this brochure about Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Okay.
Never know nothing about them, Nadine. But the picture looked nice, and it looked like that's where I would want to go. So I cut the picture out and I put it up on my locker in my bedroom.
Mhm.
I just had
Wow.
that picture there
Mhm.
for many years, and I just look at it and be dreaming, but it was right there.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow.
And now I hear people talking about manifesting your ideas and putting all these things. I never know nothing about that, but I just put the picture up.
Mhm. Mhm.
But the point is for the young people is to recognize that there's always a way.
Mm.
There's always a way.
Okay.
There's always a way. It's very, very simple. There's always a route. We have infinite options.
Mhm.
And some of them are very, very remote and unlikely. But
Mm.
it's still there.
Yes.
It's still there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then the other thing I would tell them is to, especially now more than ever, there's so many tools that you have to do research and to network,
Mhm.
So use the good side of the internet, not the little, the little mad dancing, little mad
TikToks, the
thing. Yeah.
TikToks.
But the good side of the internet, the young person now can find out information about
Mhm.
all the important people
Mhm.
that they could reach out to. They can find that information nowadays all over the internet. And
Okay.
it just takes, and then even in Jamaica.
Mhm.
So if they are persistent enough in
Mhm.
trying to find information
Mhm.
regarding people in Jamaica who might be able to help them,
Mhm.
or people in the US who might be able to help them, and just reach out. I know you're a pastor, and one of my favorite
Mhm.
verses is ask and you shall receive, and seek and you shall find.
Mhm. Knock on the door shall be open.
Right. And let me make sure to make it very clear that I am no choir boy. So not right.
But you still know your Bible.
Yeah.
That's the important thing, and you remember it when it
But
matters.
that but that's
Actually, I was never a choir boy, you know. but that's all right. Okay.
But that was a key verse, and I said, for it's the same thing now. For it's an age old sort of advice that never dies, right?
Yes,
If
yes.
the young person seeks out
Mhm,
relationships, they seek out information,
mhm,
and they can seek it out, as I said, in Jamaica or here. I
mhm,
mean, everybody, my information is online. You can look me up at on the website of Kennesaw State University, and if you did a search
mhm.
for aerospace and so on, you find people, and you start it that way, and then you also, of course, are get serious about school. Make sure
Yeah,
you take care of school the right way,
yes.
and they can succeed.
Mhm,
I'll just real quick story. My scholarship was very unusual, and I got it by spending at least days at the library in the U.S. Embassy at the time.
mhm, mhm.
So I heard somebody told me that USAID was giving scholarships, and I went there and them said, nothing like us, so we're not giving us scholarships.
Mhm.
But they said there's a library back there, maybe you can look in the library and see what, if any of the colleges. So I went to the library and just sat down and just spent hours sifting through who
Mhm.
gives scholarship, who give not, who doesn't give, and basically 99% of the things I looked at, there was no scholarship.
Wow.
99%.
Mhm.
But the 1% that I found,
That's good.
I got that.
Very good.
But Cameron, a lot of like maybe in your days, the internet wasn't so prominent and
No,
stuff. So I think now they have a lot more resources. So it all depends on how persistent that person
right.
is in following their dream.
Yes, Nadine, I 100% agree with you. It should be easier now because the information is much more readily available.
Mhm.
Contacts are available. So, and if any one of them is watching this, I am available. So, yes.
That's good. Cameron, explain to us. We hear aerospace, but what exactly is that? Because a lot of people might have some misconception of what that is.
Right. So aerospace is actually divided into two areas, right? The astro
Mhm,
area, which
mhm,
is the actual space systems,
mhm,
and then the subatmosphere, which is the aeronautical area. So you have the aeronautical and you have the astronautical,
mhm,
and typically aerospace encompasses both.
mhm.
But people will specialize in one of the areas.
Okay.
Just because you specialize in one area doesn't mean that you can't cross over, but you generally you'll find more work in your area of specialty. So with aeronautical, I mean, first of all, you're looking at the flow of fluid over a body. Make it very simple, the flow of fluid over a body.
Mhm,
But that flow of fluid introduces all types of strange behaviors with pressure,
mhm.
and especially when
Oh.
if you go from subsonic to hypersonic to supersonic,
Mhm,
that all that physics gets reversed in each of those regimes.
mhm.
And it's interesting. It's not difficult. It just sound fancy, Nadine. So Nadine looking at me like, oh, whoa, that's so. No, man,
I know.
I don't know, man. So anyway, just the relationship between pressure and velocity changes
Mhm,
in those regimes. But
mhm,
once you understand that, you can actually apply aerospace to flows inside building systems.
mhm,
Sometimes you're optimizing flows in building systems, and aerospace engineer could work on that. An aerospace engineer could work on your submarine systems because it's the same fluid flow equations that go around the submarine that would
mhm,
go around an aircraft.
mhm,
And then, of course, they work with helicopters, drones, aircraft, no doubt, quadcopters,
mhm,
vertical takeoff, missiles, rockets, anything that's subatmosphere that flies,
mhm.
we're on it, and we
Okay.
love it. So
Wow.
and
Wow.
then the astro is, of course, essentially the same thing but applied in a space environment where there's no air,
Mhm,
but you have to find different ways of propulsion, and you have to certainly utilize the gravitational pull of each large object that you are within the vicinity of. So basically, you have to be in orbit a lot around different celestial bodies, let's say.
mhm.
So Cameron, why a professor? because everything you've said sounds so
Right,
fascinating. It would have been hard to choose which area to go in.
right. You're right, Nadine. Boy, my mother was an art teacher, and my brother was a maths teacher, and I enjoyed teaching very early on. So my brother especially influenced me when he was 9 years older than me. So he's a lot older than me. He was like a big man to me, right? So at the time, but he influenced me and had me teaching a little bit in Jamaica. And then I came here and went through, and I realized that I loved the research side of things
Mm-hmm.
and the teaching side of things. I did work for Delta Airlines for a bit, and those were some nice projects, Nadine. But
Mm-hmm.
um, industry generally, unless you're at the highest level, maybe you're at the research side for somewhere like SpaceX. Generally, industry is so money driven that you don't get as much time to explore. You have to solve the problem quick.
Mm.
Unless you end up at somewhere like NASA or SpaceX and you're at the highest levels, which I think I could have ended up there too. But I also like imparting knowledge and just exploring, because when you teach you learn. When you teach you learn, right?
Good.
So um, that's just something I enjoy just as much. But
Yeah.
you're right, Nadine. It was when I was finishing up school, it was a toss up between whether to go to industry and make
Mhm.
real money, or go into the education and make so some money.
I guess your passion and your family heritage won out.
Yes,
That
yeah.
teaching
So you go,
part.
so you go. But I'm not. I have no regrets. Yeah. So yeah. So it's good. I have other regrets now, but regarding my, my career choice, I don't have any regrets.
Okay, that's good. For those of you that might have just joined us, we're speaking to Mr. Cameron Coates, Assistant Dean of Operation and Professor of Aerospace, and he's over there at Southern Polytechnic College of Engineering, and he's actually at the Marietta branch, right? Correct?
That's
Yeah,
right. The Marietta campus.
the Marietta campus. Okay,
And
so go
and we
ahead.
have quite a few Jamaican students. Well, Jamaican students at least. There, we have quite a few
Very good.
Jamaican students.
Okay, wow. This is good for those youths that are looking into those areas, and you are a role model for
Thank you.
those youths that are in Jamaica, down in Jamaica, and those that are here, and the Jamaicans, the Jamaicans, the Jamaicans, and so forth like that. That we can actually go into those fields and we can be successful. We can even rise to the positions of assistant deans there. So and still talk like we.
I don't know original Spanish town man, so I can't make that change.
Oh, you'll be surprised how people switch up it. But it's good to see that you remain authentic, and that's great. That's
Uh,
great. But
And
you
just one more thing. Sorry, Pastor Shaw. For the young people, just recognize that you
Mhm.
don't have to be you don't have to choose. Once you choose science and engineering and computer science, it doesn't mean that you're not cool and you can't play sports
Mhm.
and go session and everything there. All right, you can do both, and I am living proof. And I know many other people who are balanced in those areas. You're not we love the maths and the physics and so on, but we still go party and thing, man. So you
Yes,
can do it.
yes, that's great. So, Cameron, this is not the last time we're going to have you here, So, but this is just for us to introduce the world to you, so to speak. Introduce to Jamaicans who are here in the United States making a difference.
Yes, man.
So we commend you, and I know Nadine, you feel the same way. We commend him.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, I definitely do. I think for me, the takeaway is putting that picture up and just
Right.
visualizing it
Mm,
mentally without even realizing that's what you were doing. For me, that's just the most impactful thing that you have said.
Right, right,
yes, yes.
right. Thank you, Nadine.
Very good, very good. So, Cameron, thanks for stopping by here this evening on Jamaican Explosion. And we had a little hiccups earlier, but I'm glad you hung around. And I'm surely someone is have been lifted or encouraged by what you have shared here with us.
Inspired.
Inspired. All of those words are rolled up in one. That for just to see a Jamaican, because this is Jamaican Explosion, so we like
Mhm.
Jamaican that is making it happen in the United States, and even a woman's from
And the
the
footballer
footballer,
for
right? Soccer player and so forth. Yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
So we're going to Cameron, and we are definitely going to have you back, and I know you have some philosophies about Jamaica because I read them.
Oh, right, right, right.
But we
Of
don't have
course.
we're going to touch back on those, and I
I'd
think
love to.
yeah, we're going to touch on those because I read your bio and I read what you said about just give me one of those things that you said about what Jamaicans should be inspired about before you leave.
Okay. All right. Well, the problem now with Jamaicans is that we've forgotten who we are. That we are originally a very strong, creative, intelligent people who don't need to follow others to determine their fate. And
Mhm.
right now we're following almost everything the US does. We're lockstep right behind them. But the US's policies are centered around a completely different culture, their culture. And it's what is good for them is not necessarily good for us.
Mhm.
So, but we've forgotten that, and we're just a follow, follow, follow.
Mhm.
So one thing we need to do is start being original and create our own. That goes into the manufacturing side of things, making things that are for Jamaicans by Jamaicans, and
That's
so.
good. That's good. So I know you have a lot where that came from. So I'm gonna when we have you come back, we're gonna start from right there. Okay?
Oh yeah, man. Now wool it enough more.
Well, I know that you have a lot more. All right. So that's Cameron Quotes again, and it's a pleasure to have you on Jamaican Explosion here this evening, and we'll be hearing more from you, and also we'll be hearing. You'll be sitting with us next Saturday on the award show.
Right, the planning committee. That's it.
there's messaging coming in.
Yes.
Somebody saying thank you to Cameron.
Okay. Yes.
There he goes.
Let me show it here and get it on. This is June Erskine. Thank you for having Dr. Coates. So informative and inspiring. Okay, so our audience are are chiming in right now, and of course, thank you, June, for giving Mr. Cameron that compliment. Okay, do remember if you're watching us and you want to go over to YouTube, you can chat with us. If you're on YouTube watching us, you could always chat with us, and the chat will come on screen, and we'll be able to. You can speak with our guests here in Jamaican Explosion. Okay,
And remember to subscribe.
subscribe, share. Okay, and Cameron, great things, man. Okay,
Yes.
Great things, great meeting you, Cameron, and looking forward to more things. So we having more um, persons coming on, but looking forward to talking to you more and learning more about what's happening in your world. And thanks for taking time out to
Yes.
just inform our viewers.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and nice to meet you both. And hope we'll continue some relationship.
of course, man.
Right.
Most definitely, man. Okay, all right. So
Okay.
we'll
Bye
talk.
bye. Yes.
Right.
Bye bye.
Very good then.
Well, good.
So why can you and I be friends? So remember when we were in school, we used to play till we almost school. And there will come a time how we used to stand in line.
Very pleasant good evening to you again. Once again, this is Pastor Shaw with Nadine, and this is Jamaican Explosion on a Saturday evening, and we're just burning up right here in Atlanta. I mean, burning up as being hot, not weather-wise. And I have on screen with me Miss Yvette Taylor Reynolds. and she didn't even know she was on screen. Give us a smile there. Former beauty queen, you know. Former beauty queen from back in the days, okay? Mr. Taylor Reynolds, welcome to Jamaican Explosion. This is not your first time, but it's good to have you back with us this evening. How are you doing, young lady?
I'm doing I'm doing great, and thank you so much for having me on your show,
Okay.
Pastor Rob and Nadine.
Okay, so all right, so we know you're there over at the Atlanta Jamaica Association, and you have something big to talk to us about that's coming up early December, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So here in Atlanta, the Atlanta Jamaican Association, we kick off the party season for Christmas. And like all the last maybe 20, 30
Hmm.
years, we're kicking off on December 2nd, our annual Christmas party,
Okay,
which promises to be a lot of
okay,
fun.
promises. Okay, all right, all right.
And we normally deliver too.
Okay,
Absolutely, we deliver. So, as one of my favorite guy would say, on the ones and
yeah,
twos, we'll have DJ Extreme, right?
DJ.
And he'll be playing the night away. He has good music, and the way he positioned his playlist is really awesome. There's something for everybody.
That's DJ Extreme, huh?
Um, Absolutely, DJ
Hmm.
Extreme, and it's the event is being held in Lithonia at the Front Page Event
Hmm.
Center. We had it there last year. That's at 8010 Rockbridge Road in Lithonia. It's at Rockbridge Road and Highway
Hmm.
124. There's a driver's to just put it in perspective so that everyone who's listening is next to the DMV in a shopping center. There is a Waffle House there and a liquor store at the end. So right in the what I call in the crooks in the
Hmm.
corner is the Front Page Event
Okay,
Center.
and there's the flyer on screen there for everyone that wants to take a look, and it's going to be a great time, huh?
Yeah, it's only costing $50.
Okay.
Right. It's $50 for entry, which includes a meal, a drink,
Hmm.
and it's like a four-course meal. So you have anywhere from salad to your entree to dessert. We'll have a cash bar, and dinner will be served between 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. So come on out and enjoy. We'll have American to celebrate the season, American items on it. But of course, we'll have the Jamaican items as well. And we'll be having entertainment. Entertainment will be, we have a saxophonist, which will be
Hmm.
entertaining us during
Hmm.
dinner. We also have Mr. Marlon Christie, second place runner up to the Jamaica Independence Foreign Song Competition. And he did a great job there. He'll be performing for us as well. So we promise to deliver an entertaining evening. And there'll be lots of giveaways. So if you buy your ticket
Hmm.
early, you may win something to get back your ticket cost because we'll be giving away a lot of prizes throughout the evening.
Okay, all right. So this is, of course, the Atlanta Jamaican Association. A very merry Christmas party taking place Saturday, December the 2nd, starting at 7 p.m. till midnight. Okay, DJ Extreme will be in the place to be, and of course, we'll be coming. This will be happening at 8010 Rockbridge Road, Litona, Georgia. So that's where all roads are going to lead that Saturday evening, and of course, the menu is going to be up to par.
Yes, yes, you'll have everything from your ham, your turkey, your Jamaican items. And if you like sorrel, come on out. We'll give you some sorrel.
Yeah, just to kick the party off, the party season.
Okay, okay. All
Absolutely.
right, so Mr. Ben, what
All
else is
right.
going on with you that you want to share with us? When we have it, we have to we have to put you in the spotlight a little bit, because we really have you here. So what's going on over there at the association?
So at the association, we're wrapping up our year, and we just had our election, and we have some new board members.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I am the president elect.
Mm-hmm.
I take office in January. And Nadine is also our treasurer. She takes office in January as well.
Okay.
So we have some changes. Congratulations, Nadine. We have some changes that are coming up. And, we're looking towards growing our membership, being inclusive of the community, and focusing on preserving the charity, as well as making sure that we impact the lives that are of people that are in need or people that want to excel. We provide them the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity and the knowledge, just like the professor that was just
Mm-hmm.
on. He talked about how he searched out the scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about putting up the picture of what his mom projected. Today we call that the vision board,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to make sure that we enable our youngsters so that they know how to get scholarship, how to get funding, not only here in the US and not only in Jamaica, but in both areas. So we have a lot of plans that we're going to be rolling out, and I'm just looking forward to leading the association for the next 2 years and to ensure that all our people find a place that they can call home here in Atlanta.
Yvette, you want to tell our viewers where you have monthly meetings and what time they can join us to come on out?
Absolutely. So the association, the Atlanta Jamaican Association meets every second Saturday at 2771 Columbia Drive. It's at the Exchange Park. It says park, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
building. There's a pool and all of that. So we meet there at 6 p.m. every second
Mm-hmm.
Saturday. And if anybody needs information, they can always reach out to 404. Let me put the area code first, 777-9593.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, so there we have it, a little report here from Yvette Taylor Reynolds about the upcoming Christmas party. And we want to invite everyone to come out and experience that with us on December the 2nd. So,
And
well, go ahead.
June and Camille, hope you'll be able to come out and party with us and bring Dr. Coates too.
Okay, all right. Yes, yes, yes. She had a comment there on the page. That's Camille. Uh, okay, quotes Clark. Thank you so thank you so much, Dr. Quotes. Okay, so that's great, great, great. Okay, anything else, ladies, before we carry on here?
No,
Um,
just looking forward to 2024 and to see what it entails for the new members and how we're going to get it done. And we're inviting people to come on in, come and join the association. If you're a former member, come on back. We'd gladly have you. There's so much to do, there's so much work. We have so much projections we want to do to help the kids for the scholarships. So just come on back.
Okay, very good. So, Yvette, thanks for stopping by here, and we're looking forward to that Christmas party. Seeing you down here at the Christmas party.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I look forward to your listeners joining us as well and joining the association. Many people, they're members of different organizations, or they have been as well, like the Lions, the JCs. Those skills will come in handy to preserve our culture here,
Mhm.
share it, and to provide charitable donations to different aspects of the Jamaican community. So, thank you for having me,
Very
Pastor.
good. It's a pleasure, and this won't be your last time. I know we'll have you back again as the year gets started next year. Okay. Do remember, folks, if you want to chat with us, go over to YouTube. You might want to say a special shout out going out to Yvette. I hope she don't get off right away. She hang around for a little bit in case we have some folks that might want to just say hello to Yvette this evening here in Jamaican Explosion. Okay. Very good. It's good to have you here. Okay, we're gonna continue with the show this evening, and yeah, so here we have it, Nadine. I want to bring back Mr. Ralston so he could finish telling us about what's going on down there in Jamaica. there was actually a strong. You said, was it a hurricane or a storm? Was a storm, right?
Storm.
And he was giving us an update on that and some things that were happening down there in Jamaica. Okay, Mr. Ralston, I'm going to invite him back on stage before we finish today. Ralston, you're back up. Okay, so you see, Ralston, that there's some things happening here too, right, in Atlanta,
Yeah,
or
yeah, a lot
in
of things.
the Metro Atlanta area. So you all are getting your
Yeah,
news down there about us, and we're hearing from you guys what's happening in Jamaica. Isn't that great on Jamaican Explosion?
yes, yes. Technology makes so many things possible these days.
Yes, yes. And we're going to take full advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So you were sharing with us some things that were happening in Jamaica that you didn't quite get a chance to finish off with. Hmm.
Yes, well, I was just telling you about some upcoming events,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Such as Fight the Fight, which will take place in Chapeltown and Clarendon on December
Hmm.
15th. Um, yes, this one features Sizzler, Turbulence. It features Little
Hmm.
Hero, Jeff Fully Auto, Jalama, and Jalama is a talented new artist coming out of
Hmm.
Clarendon, and this is actually his event, his
Hmm.
EP
Hmm.
launch and stage show, and it's gonna take place at the Staffton Black Factory in Chapeltown.
Hmm.
Also on the 25th of this month, Capleton will be live in action in the grill on an event called Fire in the Ville, along with Mungo
Hmm.
Honorable and Najeri, who is one of the hottest dancehall
Hmm.
newcomers. This event will be held at the Jamaica Tambo in the grill.
Hmm.
Yeah, and there's Snow on the Island, which takes place on December 16th with Luciano,
Okay.
Charlie Blacks,
Hmm.
and Mayoka, and Jamil. Yeah, those are some of the artists on that event. And as I said, the big one, Sting is back.
Yes. Uh-huh.
December 26th, yes. Sting is back. 10 Giants of Sting. So everybody's waiting to hear who the 10 Giants are. Well, so far we've heard one of them is Turbulence, so we want to know who are the other 9 Giants.
Okay. Come on,
Uh,
guys. You probably could guess on a few of those, though, right, Ross? Then.
your guess is as good as mine. Knowing Isaiah Leng, the kind of promoter and showman that
Yes.
he
Yeah.
is, anything is
Yeah.
possible. And he's gonna put on an extravaganza, a dancer extravaganza, so to
Hmm.
speak. And he'll put out all the stops. I'm looking at possibilities like who knows, Caperton,
Hmm.
probably Bounty Killer, probably Beanie Man, I
Hmm.
don't know. Um, but when you say giants, those are some of the names that would come to mind.
Hmm.
Abuja Bantam would also come to mind too.
Hmm.
Who knows? Who knows?
Okay. Yes.
But I'm sure in a few days from now, we'll hear the full lineup.
And you're gonna hear who got left off that felt that they should have been on, because
Yeah, yes, definitely.
whenever you give a number
Definitely.
in Jamaica, whenever you give a Jamaica 10, it's hard to squeeze into 10.
That's a fact. That's a fact. 10 giants and Jamaican entertainment has like so many artists. I think they're a giant.
That's correct. That's
All
correct.
the artists
But
think that they're giants.
we're looking forward to that, Ralston, and just give us. I know we have some artists is up next week. Just give us an idea of who we have up next week on Jamaican Explosion.
We
You've
have a
already sent
talented young man
that to me.
from St. Thomas. His name is Nastic. He's a former rising star,
Okay.
doing great things, on the cultural side. So he'll be on next week. I'm also
Yeah.
trying to line up Turbulence, but he's currently on tour. But
Traveling right
as
now.
soon as he's back in Jamaica, yeah, we'll have him.
Yeah. Okay. So Ralston, thank you again for hanging in there today. And we had some difficulties, and nobody fell off. Everybody stayed on, and we had an excellent report from Jamaica. Okay. We also had another comment. They're using up the comment section this evening. So it's a brilliant Jamaican. Thanks for keeping the flag flying high. And I think she's talking about you and I, Nadine, but I think more likely she's talking about Cameron as well. Okay. Yeah, bring Nadine back on. Yeah. So Nadine, you know she's talking about Cameron, right?
Yeah, Cameron, but then again, we could pat ourselves because we brought him on,
Correct.
right?
And of course, another brilliant Jamaican we have here, Mr. Ralston Barrett, coming straight to us from Jamaica and giving us all that update. Okay. So, Ralston, we're going to check you out next week. Okay. I'm waiting for those. That's Thanksgiving. That's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So, we're
Okay.
expecting big things that day. Okay.
Okay. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Very good. All right, then. So,
Definitely.
we'll check you out next week. Okay.
Okay. Always a pleasure connecting with you and Nadine.
Okay, great,
Yeah, man.
great learning lots of stuff, especially the entertainment segment, Ralston. Some of the names I'm gonna have to go Google because I can't keep up anymore.
Yes.
Well, all of them are out there somewhere on the internet, so you'll find information about them on their social media platforms, etc.
Okay.
Okay, so see you guys next week.
Okay, Ralston, great having you.
Take
Very
care.
good, very good. Okay, and Nadine
Pleasure's
got
mine.
something else that she wants to share with us, and I'm gonna get that on in a second. And just want to make sure that our Facebook is up and running. Yes, and it is. We see some folks still logging in from the Facebook feed. Okay, all right. So yes, Nadine, let us know about your what you have in store for Thanksgiving.
What I have in store for Thanksgiving is trying to recover from my volunteer activities that I was involved with. The first one started out, it's not my initiative, it was actually somebody else's initiative. It's actually getting shoes for the Mount Olivet boys home
Mm-hmm.
in Manchester. So a friend of mine mentioned that initiative. I thought it was a great initiative, so I reached out to a few persons, yourself included, and Mikey Sparkle. And the fact that both of you were involved, it just took off basically. Mikey posted it on his page, and he had a lot of persons who wanted to donate.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to take the opportunity to thank all the persons that donated because we ended up with 30 pairs of shoes that those boys at that boys home is going to receive over the holiday. And just knowing that people were feeling compassionate enough to give back, to me that's a win. And you already have persons saying, is this going to be an annual thing, so they can know ahead of time to start setting shoes aside to donate to this charity. So that's for me is a big win,
Mm-hmm.
just knowing that we can give back.
Very good, very good. And what have you in store this week for this coming Thanksgiving week?
Well, before I get to that, now the next project that I was working on was last week, was actually the Blessings Basket.
Mm-hmm.
That initiative was started by the Early Bird, which is a part of Keller Williams real estate team, where we get together each morning at 6:30 and we brainstorm ideas how we can know more about the real estate market, how we can give back to our community. And it's through that medium that this initiative was formed. We actually do it in different states. And I thought it was a great project for my community and a good way to give back to my community.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second year I'm actually doing it. I did it last year and partnered with Hiram High School, and we were able to give 25 families baskets for Christmas. We did it at Christmas. However, this year we did it for Thanksgiving. I was able to partner with Golden Cross of Hiram, Happy Hog, my church, New Hope Missionary Baptist Church, and others. And there were employees at the Walmart in Dallas Highway, as well as the community persons who actually got back and decided to give back. And through all community events and everything, we were able to have 27 baskets, which were delivered to the Hiram High School and Panther Elementary. It was divided between both schools. But just knowing that we are able to give back to our community, that in itself, it was a lot of hard work, a lot of coordination.
Mhm.
And I just want to say thanks to all the persons that actually participated, especially to my Oasis, my former church team, where those members, although we were getting gift cards, we would not have had enough gift cards for each basket. So one of the things that was suggested is we could actually buy turkeys. So we were camping out at the different stores to know when turkeys go on sale. We were there like 8 p.m. We were told we could only get one turkey or two turkeys, and there were so many persons who came by and went in just to buy a turkey and come back out. So we could get a total of 16 turkeys donated, and the other baskets we were able to just give them gift cards. So it just feels awesome knowing that we're helping these families.
Okay, and that's a picture there of you getting some stuff ready for that event.
Right, that's actually delivering it to the counselor at Sam Panther Elementary. The others, they're all camera shy. Nobody else wanted to come on camera. So
Okay, so you're doing an excellent job with that, Nadine, and that's something that you do every year.
yes, this is my second year doing it, and I'm really loving it. Just knowing that I'm helping the families,
Hmm.
it just really makes a difference. And each year, I have more persons already wanting to come on board. There's like five or so persons from the community. They're like, let's start a little earlier. Just remind us, and we'll get more persons to be involved. So it's getting bigger, and I'm looking forward to seeing it grow, especially more in my community.
Okay, all right, and those are the some of the bags that you gathered together.
Yes, my truck alone, my SUV alone could not hold it. We had like three vehicles.
That's it. Wow, wow, that's good. That is good. Okay, and so once again, keep on doing what you're doing, and we'll try to get a lot more people involved with it next year. Okay, and someone is going to already benefiting from that. Someone's going to enjoy that this Thursday when they sit down. So you're being just uh, uh, one of those people that provide for others, Miss Nadine. So a great job. Anything else you want to tell us about Thanksgiving as it rolls around? Hmm.
No, I'm just gonna get some rest.
Okay, all right, very good. So yeah, so it's been quite a evening here at Jamaican Explosion, and despite that, we had a little technical difficulty here. I think we ended up very well, and want to just thank each and every one for stopping by this evening. Of course, Mr. Cameron Quotes and Miss Yvette Taylor Reynolds telling us about that Christmas party coming up uh, uh, on December 2nd, and just a beautiful evening this evening, just speaking with our fellow Jamaicans right here, and of course, Miss Nadine and your Thanksgiving escapades. Okay.
I know my, and I just wanted to say I'm happy that there weren't any casualties or anything in Jamaica, and just hopefully, I know they'll probably be trying to get funding and stuff, and hoping people will get on board to helping those that are affected by the floods.
Hmm. And we want to thank Rawson, of course, for coming by. For stopping by, we want to thank Rawson for stopping by this evening, and we're gonna say have a great evening and a great Thanksgiving, of course. And then we'll be back with you next Saturday.
Saturday,
Okay.
5 5 p.m. sharp.
Okay. We're gonna end the show out today with Mr. Sanchez here, and he says "Amazing Grace." Okay.
Amazing grace, my song of praise. For it was grace that bought my liberty. And I never know just why Christ came to love me so. He looked beyond